Space, another Graphic Man episode. These are the voyages of the four-color fossils. Their ongoing mission to seek out back issues of all kinds, to delve deeply into pop culture phenomenon, to bag and board like never before. And good evening, everybody. Glad you all could be here. I have a full house again. I am surrounded by great talent. We have Jambo, Charlton 66, and a galactic defender, Paulo, with Meyer Greenblatt and Dr. Silverage. And we're going to be joined by others, I'm sure. So hang in there, folks. Our theme is outer space, and it's fitting that I think any second now, if Paulo can confirm this, there's going to be
16 seconds.
Oh, 60. Yeah, there's going to be a blast off. 4 people will be launched into space. And
6,
we are
5, 4,
Hey, Bob.
3, 2, 1. And we have ignition.
Woohoo! Wow. How apropos.
It's apparently lifting off.
So this is the SpaceX. It's manned by 4 people that do not know how to fly a spacecraft, which is an ideal situation, I guess. And Meyer should start us off there. He's got a little astronaut to show us. Oh, don't take it away, Meyer.
Oh, you want to back up?
I'm going to put you on full screen. Tell us who this guy is.
This is Johnny Apollo from 1969 by Mark's Toys. He's about 9 inches tall, fully articulated. He came originally with about 25 accessories. Right now, I've only got the camera and the helmet. This is approved by NASA. His suit says NASA on it, and he was available at the Cape Canaveral gift shop, probably from 1969 to about 1975. And you could also buy him at hobby stores and toy stores. There was a female figure also called Jane Apollo that they made. So yeah, that's what we got. We got Johnny Apollo to start out.
Wow, I've never seen that before.
Very cool.
Fantastic. We should mention we're joined by Bub. Bub, introduce yourself to us.
Hi, I've been joining people for years now, doing the best that I can, making people feel uncomfortable in all the right places. A lot of you guys know me, and people in the chat probably know me. I'm Bub of Bub's World, formerly Bub's Comics, but we don't talk about that. And a good friend of Jambo, whether he likes it or not. And of course, Mr. Costa, of course. Good to see you too, brother. So, and old Charlton 66, an old friend as well. So good to have you guys around. So I'm among friends. I can feel it already.
Yes,
I got all the
sure
warm
are.
fuzzies. Yeah.
Well, August is in the audience, and he's thanking us for. We're going to touch on some mystery in space pretty soon. I know I'm going to at least show 5 of them, and we'll see if we can't track down that issue. He's hoping to find where the rings of Saturn landed on Earth, of all places. And I think I'm being joined by a few more people. So, it's good old Eric Breen's joining us. Can you hear us, Eric?
Yes.
Fantastic. Jackson Roy Kirk's in the audience. Yeah, spectator. That Tank's here. All right. Well, let's let our galactic defender, Paulo, show us some the international scene. What's going on, Paulo?
Oh, well, let's see what we got here. I think we're going to go with a classic here. It should be the series should be familiar now to some people in the United States because there's been a movie, not a very good one, but this is one from the Valerian series, created by Jean-Claude Mézières and Pierre Christin. Valerian is, of course, one of the most successful French series set in space with science fiction and adventure. And yeah, the style doesn't look very serious, but it's the type of thing that you hope to find in Pilote back in the 1960s and 70s. But it's good. It's very detailed and very dynamic, as you can find here.
Very nice.
Empire of a Thousand Planets, the name of this album, which is the fifth? No, the second in the series. What else can we find here? Oh, how about a literary adaptation? Arlen Allison's Phoenix Without Ashes. This was published by IDW. And it's funny. It's funny that as a story that's set in space, you hardly see space. In fact, the first parts of the story, you have to wonder if you're actually in space or if the story is about the Amish. These people don't actually know they're in space. They live in a controlled environment, a very limited space. They have no concept of outside. And one of their younger members decides to go explore forbidden areas in their habitat and finds the technological parts of the spaceship. So of course it's appropriate. Yeah, it's appropriate that it's an adaptation of an Arlen Allison story, because Arlen Allison is, of course, one of the greatest science fiction writers of the 20th century, who was very well known for his love for comics. Well, there were other authors who tried to get away. Plus, the science fiction fandom at first didn't want anything to do with the comic book fandom when they started to get organized in the 1960s. But Arlen Allison was always there. He was always aware of comics, and this is a good one to have if you can find it.
Very cool.
What else can we find here? So let's go back to... And it's another classic. This is a recent reprint. I finally got around. Exterminator 17 by Metal Hurlant and heavy metal founder Jean-Paul Dionnet, with art by naturalized French but born in Yugoslavia, Enki Bilal. And he has the type of art that you expected to find in heavy metal back in the 70s. This was indeed serialized in heavy metal for its English language publication. Some people will say that this kind of reminds me of Mobius. Not exactly. Bilal is a very recognizable style. Is a sort of robot android soldier of fortune, and somewhat of a legend. The story itself is engaging but not deep, so it can be easily adapted into a film. If they had done it in the 80s, they would have done it as a classic action flick. But it's something that everybody should have, because Enki Bilal is, of course, one of the most prominent of the French language publishers. He's still active. He's still doing science fiction, although in a different vibe nowadays. What else can I show here? Okay. Brazilian edition of the Paradox story from Marvel Preview, I believe number 23. This magazine is not in a very good condition.
Are you able to?
Yes. Okay. Yes, it does account for the translation. Of course, when you translate things into English, you use fewer words, and so you have a lot more space. Latin languages like French, we need more room for all the verb declinations and for all the definite and indefinite articles, and the adverbs are bigger, the adjectives are bigger. So when you turn it into English, all of a sudden there's a lot of room. Okay, so this one here, since it reprints a story from Marvel Preview / Bizarre Adventures, is in black and white. We've got some Val Mayerick art here. Gotta be careful with this thing. It was kind of, it has that 70s aesthetics that you expect to find in science fiction stories. People with big hair and flares in their pants. The character is sort of he works for a sort of shady law enforcement agent, but he doesn't like his job very much. He's a shape changer, and when he changes shape, he kind of takes on personality aspects of that to what he changes. So he has a tendency to stop being himself and become something else. All right, I got a few other things, but I can show them later. So give somebody else a chance.
All right. Oh, I thought Steve was getting ready to show us something, but it was his cat walking across. I thought, boy, he's just dying to show whatever that is. It's right there in front of him. So, how about we let Meyer? Meyer, why don't you go ahead and show us a few things? You got something handy?
Yeah, sure. Here's a stack that's close by. This is that cover that Grottu's been talking about from Beyond the Unknown, the one with Richard Nixon on it.
Oh wow!
Aliens have like tuned in to Earth TV, and they're on board with Tricky Dick. Here's another from Beyond Unknown.
I'm squeezing in Jambo real quick because he wanted to show his.
Oh,
yeah,
he's got
old mine.
Well, there, we got them.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to show everybody. Okay, good.
We all dug it up.
Yeah.
Here's another from Beyond the Unknown. This is a funny cover. Good cover, you know. Anytime they want to boost sales, of course, they got to put a gorilla on the cover.
Girl in a red dress doesn't hurt either.
Yeah. And then this is something different I pulled out. Maybe it was last week. I heard Paulo talking about, he might have mentioned Alien Legion, and it reminded me of a local artist, a couple local artists here that made this fanzine when they were in high school. Frank Sirocco and Brent Anderson, they both went on to work for Marvel. Frank Sirocco created Alien Legion, and Brent Anderson worked on Khazar. Actually, was on that really great run of Khazar in the mid 80s. But what's cool in here is that you have work that was created by high schoolers, and some of it is exceptional. What these two high schoolers created was kind of an anthology title that was probably a lot similar to the Warren creepy, eerie Vampirella stuff. I always loved this cover. So my older sister went to high school with both of these guys, and she bought all 4 issues of this fanzine that would come out like probably once a year. And these guys made these from their, I guess, sophomore year all the way up to senior year. And she would buy these for me and bring them home. This was in San Jose, California. Now, some of it is exceptional. Some of it is very much like on line with heavy metal.
Oh, that's very cool. I like that Alice Cooper.
Yeah, Frank Sirocco is a big Alice Cooper fan, and there's some Alice Cooper in here. Now, some of the cool stuff that's in here. So, this was a great running strip. Was Grimley's Tales. This was Brent Anderson would do this these 6 or 8 or 9 panel 1-page strips about this guy that was trapped on a dust ball planet. But what's cool is that the last couple years they went to San Diego Comic-Con. So they went to San Diego in 1973 and in 1974, and they took pictures and they bought stuff from Neil Adams.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
And they put it in their zines. So this was stuff that they bought in the artist's room. They talk about it in here, and it was drawn specifically for them for this zine by Neil Adams. Right around the 3rd issue, they started a letters page. And then keep in mind, these are high schoolers from Branham High School in San Jose. So what's neat is that and some of the stories are really quite good. But what's cool is that in these last 2 issues, Frank Sirocco writes about what San Diego was like in 1973. And it's pretty fun to read.
Yeah.
He even mentions, and these are pictures he took. Look, there's Kirby. Wow. And there's Neil Adams and Ray Bradbury. He even stuck a little Alice Cooper in there. Remember how I told you he liked Alice Cooper? And that's Frank there holding a piece of original Neil Adams that he bought there at the con in 1973. And then when I was a kid, I always thought that, so here's another, this is the 4th and final issue, but they did come out with an issue or 2 later on that was not really connected to these earlier issues. This is one of my favorite pieces.
Nice.
Very cool.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So when I was a kid, I always loved this because when they went to the convention in 1974, in the pictures that they took, they included a picture of this guy that ran my local comic shop, right? Because he was not only famous, he was like infamous. His name was Bob Sidebottom, and he was one of the like original comic shop owners from the early days, Bob Sidebottom. And so as a kid, we didn't really like him. We kind of made fun of him because he didn't want kids like making messes of the quarter bins and stuff like that. He was kind of I would say, an acquired taste and an eccentric. And I even kind of believe, in addition to comics, he also had walls and walls of old jazz records. So I kind of believe that he was one of those guys that Daniel Close was tying into with Ghost World, right? He was one of like an early California comic music jazz, pre-rock and roll. He didn't like rock and roll. He was like an old school guy. That's what I got.
Oh, cool.
Cool. That's
I
awesome.
wanted to highlight Meyer real quick again because that crazy guy has sent me something. I want you guys. Hopefully, you can focus on this. You see that?
Born.
He painted this and he signed it Meyer Greenblatt. So you know that hundreds of years from now, when the historians dig this up, they're going to check that signature, Meyer Greenblatt, with all the birth certificates out there, and see if they can't figure out who that was. That was pretty neat. He also sent me Daniel Boone because he knows I'm a big fan of all these, and so he knows I'm going to make this fight Abraham Lincoln and Jefferson Davis. He also, by the way, you see my Planet of the Apes behind me. I dug that out because he sent me this nice little Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes poster.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Guess it opened on a Wednesday. I thought that was outstanding. So anyway, I wanted to brag on Meyer and embarrass him just a little bit. But while I'm on, I'll show a little Space Ghost.
There you go.
All right.
Some of the other guys there. And I was supposed to be wearing a Space Ghost costume, but
What was it he always said? If I could just reach my power band.
yes.
He always managed to do it also.
And in that vein, we have Space Mouse. Two-headed duck creature there. And from Beyond the Unknown.
For another appearance. The popular title tonight so far.
Oh, yeah.
So my stack's going to be the oddball. So here's a little Flash Gordon.
Now that we talked about Flash Gordon, we always have an excuse to show it.
Yes. And before I turn it over to somebody else, one more Flash Gordon. It's a line drawn cover, Whitman.
That's Williamson, isn't it? Al Williamson? Looks like it.
I should know, but I don't. All right. How's Dr. Silverage? You about ready for something?
Yeah, we can show a few things. We'll start off with some Tales of the Unexpected with some Space Ranger stories in it. We've got what number is that? 55. And
I get a
we
kick
got
out of those.
number 71. Number 72.
Nice. Those are cool issues. Fun stuff.
This one here is tough to see. It's on the 80. This is issue number 80.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then this one here isn't a Space Ranger story, but it was. It has some astronauts on it and whatnot. Figured that was appropriate. So this is number 98. And then I got another little short stack here of some a little bit of oddball stuff. Here's another from Beyond the Unknown. This is number 18.
That's what she said.
I hear a familiar voice. This one here is Star Trek, number 39. Super DC Giant number 27, featuring strange adventures and flying saucers.
I love those flying saucers.
And then an early Green Lantern with whatchamacallit, Tomare on his planet, I believe,
Oh, nice.
in outer space. And finally, you had mentioned Space Ghost. I couldn't find my Space Ghost one there, the one shot. I did come across this one here by Archie Comics. It's a #1 Cartoon Network presents Space Ghost. Anytime they put out a Space Ghost book, I try to grab it because I mean, like you guys, I grew up on these cartoons. These were my introduction to superheroes before comic books. You know, so Birdman, Space Ghost, Herculoids, Mighty Mightor, all those guys. So there we go.
Hey, how you guys doing, man?
Doing good.
Steve, how are you?
I'm
Hey,
fine.
Bill.
Thank you, sir.
Meyer and Jambo. Bub, I
And
don't think I know him really.
And we did it. We have the Brady Bunch.
It's
Brady
it.
Bunch, okay. And of course, Doc Silverage.
I think I'm in Marcia's position, or I don't remember it. Well, speaking of Bub, would you like the spotlight?
Sure. I just need a rating warning. What's the rating on this channel?
Oh, rated G, of course. Yeah.
Rated G. Okay.
Well, just keep it, within certain bounds. So,
I don't know. You cover up the nipples with some tape or something, yellow tape.
while we're
Alright,
talking about that,
I'll-
Jambo gets me in trouble. My wife was watching one of these episodes, and she's looking at the Vampirella behind him, and she said, "What is that?" And I go, "Well, honey, you got to realize he likes what we call good girl art." And she said, "That ain't good girl." So,
It's good to be bad.
so we'll take a chance on you. So here we go.
All right. Well, I'll limit it.
He's a
If
brave
you
soul.
see me
isn't he?
toss one to the side real quick, you know it was really good.
Sure.
We'll start off with some Dell's Spaceman.
Oh,
All right.
excellent.
Oh, look at that. That's nice.
Very good.
Yeah.
You could show those all day.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. I agree, man. I'm sorry.
Gray man.
We did not pull the UK, so we didn't know your offense to my appearance. I had to show this for old Jambo because I picked up the Star Trek issue I've been looking for.
That's nice, man.
Just absolutely love that cover. Every time
Yeah,
I see
that's a
it,
good cover.
I just gotta have it. So I was glad to pick this up this weekend at the convention. So it's number 55 for all of you hunters out
You
there.
got some great books at the con, man.
Everybody's fighting with slot these days.
I was very fortunate. Next up, we'll go a little bit further back in time down to some space roots with some Buck Rogers in the 25th century. This is a Wheaties giveaway
Sweet.
Yeah, it's
from
nice.
back in the day.
That's great.
This is very close to
Cool.
his actual first appearance in comics, age-wise.
What year is it, bub? Do you know?
Well, I knew somebody would ask, and that somebody had to be you, didn't it? All right, let's take a look real quick.
Just cause
Gingerly,
you problems, man. That's me.
gingerly, we'll take a look. This is.
Bub, I'll put Jambo on next, and you can ask him all kinds of questions.
Oh, don't worry, I got this. This is from 1933.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So 1933 with some Buck Rogers goodness here. This is not exactly a comic; it's more like a pulp would be, but it's
Right.
basically tells the early story of Buck Rogers, how he became Buck Rogers, kind of an origin story, and then his travels, and it has some illustrations as it goes along to teach you the key characters. And again, I got to be easy with it on account of its age, but as you can see, it's in excellent condition.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Bright pages, staples are strong. See some of that there. Wilma and Buck.
Art, man, that's good.
That illustration's awesome.
And we'll skip ahead to some futuristic stuff when he arrives in the 25th century. And we'll working the old Ray against him, huh? And it's funny, though, that the caricatures of the villains at this time were all still racially parsed. So see a lot of Fu Manchu mustaches. The bad guy there. It's a nice old rocket ship. And we'll move more swiftly and yet still gingerly, as we must be careful. That's one of my favorites there.
Wow.
Good girl art. Yeah, I love that.
And then, of course, it would not be complete without a complete Kellogg's ad
Yeah,
in the
man.
back, telling you about all their products, and then a photo of their products on the rear.
They used to come in tin cans.
Yeah, like potted meat.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll put this up real quick, and then
Funny
we'll
thing
move
is,
on.
everything that we like about Buck Rogers comes from the comic strip, because it's not a direct adaptation of the pulp novel.
Right.
And it debuted in 1928 in the same day as a Tarzan comic strip.
Wow.
All right.
Here's switching gears ever so slightly. We have a Flash Gordon from Harvey. This is Flash Gordon #1.
Great cover.
Ooh.
With a nice Bonnet's book stamp on there. If you guys are familiar with Bonnet's books up in Dayton, Ohio, they love to stamp their books. And
Oh, yeah, that's Bonnet's, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I had the chance to visit them and meet some of the family that, it's still family owned. It's the great grandson, I believe, of the original owner. But it was actually his grandfather who ran it for the longest period of time. We'll stick close to Star Trek with Worlds Unknown #4.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And of course, this features an illustrated story of Arena by Frederick Brown, and of course, this became the most famous Gorn episode of Star Trek by the same name. They named it Arena. So it's another take on it. So if you haven't read this one, it's quite interesting to see. Of course, large differences, but the bones of the story is still there. Good stuff there. And we'll throw some more. You guys seem to like Dell and Gold Key, so we'll throw some
Yeah,
UFOs,
we're strange that way.
Yeah.
UFOs and outer space. And it says,
Nice.
Readers report. I was frozen in my tracks as the alien approached. Look, he really is frozen. A little tractor beam stuck on him or something.
So it actually happened to that reader? He has a lot of explaining to do.
Just in time for publication. We'll turn the heat up just a little bit, but we're not going to burn anybody. This is a modern comic by a guy named Don Marquez, who used to go under the moniker of Donnie Jupiter. So if you ever look for some of his older stuff, this is his self-published work. The Sensational Rocket Girls.
I love covers like that.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, kind of Al Williams-y.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
It says Journey Beyond the Edge of the Solar System. And then we're going to go ahead and show the run on that because it's just 3 issues. And that is technically covered, at least with paint.
Yeah.
We have the Sensational Rocket Girls #2. The nice painted
Incredibly
cover by
tight
Marquez.
costumes they have on, uniforms.
And this is, he does watercolors, so it's like, they have the Peach Momoko and stuff doing watercolors, and it was like, oh, watercolors are beautiful. I'm like, really? Have you seen this? Like, this is this is art. But everybody has their own choices. And there's some more. The final, at least up-to-date issue #3, I think he comes out with them every now and then, so the story isn't necessarily finished. So, yes, it's the same artist, does them all throughout. So the cover artist is the same as the interior artist, and he also writes the stories, I believe. Just to make sure you guys do know that I do collect popular books also, not just the Obscura. Here,
Hey.
Very nice. Very nice.
Showcase 17,
Yeah.
the first appearance of Adam Strange.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Condition could be better, but that doesn't really bother me.
What's
No,
the number on that? What's
Oh.
the issue number on that?
Number 17, I believe. Yes, 17.
Wow.
There's that there.
Excellent.
Now, don't worry about it, Bub. We'll take them coverless.
I'm sure. I noticed somebody showing fanzines earlier, and I think we had talked about we were maybe going to talk about some Wally Wood stuff. So I brought a little extra of that. So here is Rocket Blast number 56
Great.
with some Wally Wood art on it. You got his unofficial Daredevil, right? Because he didn't have the rights to him when he made this. But of course, he was integral in the Daredevil creation costume, at least his progression. And some Thunder Agent action there, which of course he did have the rights to. And that's just a fanzine. Then you got Heroes Inc. with the Misfits and Dragonella.
Man, I got about 50 copies of that.
Mhm.
They're
You do
everywhere.
right now?
50 copies, maybe even 100. You know, a few years ago there was a discovery in one of the warehouse from an army supply house, and they discovered like I don't know 800 of those.
Wow.
And
I need to get some of those file copies. If you know anybody, let me know.
I bought like 100, maybe 200 of them, you know, real cheap. They came in a big box, the original boxes, and with the wires on them and everything.
That'd be awesome. Let me know. Is that Strangelife I hear?
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let me know.
I will. Man.
All right, here's Heroes Inc. number 2. Of course, they switched to the magazine style format on this one, which if you're even a little bit picky about your collecting, that'll drive you crazy because you can't really put them together.
That's a nice cover.
So, but fantastic work, and of course, Wood throughout. We're gonna have to skip some of our original Sally Forth and Canon stuff, I think. Unfortunately, on account of the rating system. But you guys let me know if this is stuff that you want to see some other time.
I'd like to see it all the time.
I like to see it all the time too, but the only place I ever hang his stuff is inside of a closet. So we'll tone it back down a little bit and show you some Spaceman 1965 yearbook.
Oh, very cool.
Oh, neat.
That's very
Some
cool.
great Wally Wood there.
Is that from 1965?
Yes,
Yeah. Wow.
it's in fantastic condition too. I mean, look at the spine on that. It's just
I never
clean.
seen that before.
Yeah, it's kind of got a Hugh Hefner vibe there.
Yeah.
So fantastic magazine, of course.
Do you know who the cover artist is?
That's Wood.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Wally Wood.
Wow. So it looks like a little bit of a different style that he.
Yeah, it is. It is like actually. You know, this one might not be Wood.
It doesn't look like him.
No, yeah,
A
I
whole
think you might
different
be right.
style, I think.
I get that confused sometimes on that one because I think I bought it thinking it was Wood and then had discovered it was not. Here's the
Nice
Wallace
cover.
Wood Treasury. You never see this book. It is Wood. That is Wood. And to prove it, here's another copy of the same image.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Then he was using a different art style. Totally.
Yeah, but you can see how it's cleaned up. So this is the original image. And then this is it cleaned by publication. And you can see the lines, the faces, all very different.
Yeah.
So definitely this is more the original Wood style, obviously.
Yeah. That original
And-
one looks more like him.
That would account for some of the differences, I'd say.
Yeah.
And
That's interesting.
little misdirect they gave you on that one. And this is fantastic. It's all Wally Wood stuff, but it also includes the Wally Wood checklist. For all of you who are ever eager to know all the stuff that Wally Wood, this is a self-published treasury. Wally Wood published his own treasury of himself. because why wouldn't you, right?
Sure.
But just some absolutely fantastic art and stories, and then of course you have more of the treasury and more of the in throughout. He goes through all the appearances of his work, not just as the full cover artist, but even if he did interior work or if he did any kind of, I can't show that. If he,
I was just going to ask you if that has any of his adult work in it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Not his, I wouldn't say worst, but best adult work, but it does have flashing image. This one looks, you got to check over sometimes too, because they'll sneak a panel in. But there's just an example of some of the fantastic artwork contained in here.
Yeah. All those great
He wrote all the little captions and everything for the whole book, so it really is quite exceptional.
Great artist.
Some later work by Wood, and some complain it's the least of his work, but I say it's collected work of Lunar Tales. But I say, of course, that the least of his work is better than the best of most.
Yeah.
So,
I agree with that.
let's see. Can't show that. Can't show that. All right, I'll take a break. I have to reorganize stuff that I can and can't show.
I got to
But there's
have you
some
on my
great stuff.
channel so you can show that stuff.
Huh?
I got to have you on my channel one time so you can show that.
I'd be happy to.
Jambo, we're going to head your way, pal.
Okay.
All right, Bub, start asking him questions.
I'm ready. I'm waiting until he pops up a book.
I got
okay.
something for you here, guys. The lithium crystals from the original series from James Doohan's estate, sold by his son.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh,
Authentic.
neat.
What would happen
How
to
many
you
of
if
those
you
you take
swallow
in the morning?
those?
Wow.
I'd probably go into warp speed, I would think.
Your wife might like that, or your girlfriend.
Maybe. Well, she says I'm in warp speed anyway, so.
Hey, there we go.
I got this at the con. Eric, I went to the booth, man. Y'all had some great books at some great prices over there. Bubs went over there too. And yeah, we found some stuff over there.
Thank you both.
Yeah.
Yeah. This had Raquel Welch on the back cover of it, which
So
was
I have
cool.
a question for you, Jambo. Who did the lettering on page 6?
Bob Smith. Yeah.
I knew it.
Just looked it up, man. And got this. I like the robot on that one at the con
I was
also.
mad that I missed that one. You pulled that one out before I got there.
Not a big fan of Jack Sparling, but I like that series.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I think
Like
Bob
that.
Smith lettered that one too.
He did. He was a busy guy.
Yeah.
He's busy, yeah.
I don't think that one came from Comic World, but
Ooh. Hey, that's for Halloween.
It's doing
Yeah.
my job.
no space stuff. But showing.
Maybe Space Ghost. Maybe it's another Space Ghost.
Let's see if I've got any more space in the stack of stuff I got from the con. I don't, so I'll show you those later. But I do have some Flash Gordon.
Nice.
That was a pretty cool cover. Ming up there.
Man, just love these painted covers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow. Riding the serpent. That's really something. Reminds me of an ex-girlfriend.
That's nice.
Good stuff.
Beautiful.
The Lava Man. And some Buck Rogers.
Mm.
21st century. Yep.
Exclusively based off the television show, right?
Yeah.
Or TV movie, I guess you could say.
Robot Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can't go wrong with Magnus.
I have to say, though, if I'm going to fight a robot, I want him to look like that. I feel like I might have a chance against that one.
And this is from overseas, so
Look at that.
Oh yeah, that's British. Star-Lord later merged with 2000 AD. And some of the
Nice,
strips
right.
transferred from one to the other.
yeah, this one just had ongoing stories in it, and
Hey, sleepy reader. Damien, how you doing?
Hey, Damien, what's up, man?
I couldn't find my DC space books, so you let somebody else show something if you want to.
Oh,
Steve.
hey,
Boom.
Thought I'd catch you off guard.
yeah, everyone's showing some really good stuff, and I was digging through my books, and I was trying to. We were talking about DC Sci-Fi. One of my favorite. I could not find a set. I'm sure everyone's got it, but it was Star Hunters. One of my favorite DC series, and I could not find them. So I had to forego showing because I'm a big Bob Layton fan and Rich Buckler fan, and that was such a great series. Albeit it was short. Love the Star Hunters, and I could not find my run. So I got a piece of artwork on my wall from that. Right there from DC Special Series 16. DC Superstars 16, their first appearance. The piece right there. So, but I did find some cool stuff, I think, anyway. Again, it's nothing to write home about. It's just fun sci-fi.
Right.
One of the things it's near and dear to my heart was only 4 issues with Starstream. Has anyone seen this before?
I have a copy of that. It's
Yeah, it is just.
You don't see that.
It's got Who Goes There, the Campbell, John W. Campbell classic, of course, based on the thing is based off of that story.
And it's got that odd price, 29 cents.
79.
79?
Yeah.
Is it an anthology or is it an ongoing anthology?
Like sci-fi stories by Theodore Sturgeon, Campbell, Dick. But the artwork is this artwork is just tremendous in this book.
Theodore Sturgeon. Love that guy.
Yeah. The artwork is just amazing. This is by a guy I never heard of, Alberto Gioletti. But it's just and you can find this so cheap. It should be, everyone should have this, but the artwork is phenomenal. You got Jack Abel in here, Kyle Williamson. Who else you got in here? Garcia Lopez does a phenomenal story in this.
I don't think there's much known about that one guy that you mentioned, Jack Abel.
Yeah.
I tried to research that guy once before, and I can come up with very little.
I thought he did stuff with the Doctor Strange later on after Ditko left. I thought he did some of those in the what was the Doctor Strange series?
Yeah.
What was it before he got his own title?
Strange Adventures?
Strange Adventures? No.
Strange Tales.
Strange Tales.
Tales. Yeah, he did that stuff in that. I thought he did. But this is just a phenomenal series. Again, it's called Starstream. I'm trying to find the Garcia Lopez story in this. Yeah, here's just some panel shots of Garcia Lopez's story in this. And the covers are just like vintage sci-fi paperbacks from the 60s. And here's the first issue. Like I said, there's only 4 issues, and they're not that difficult to find.
Do you have all of them, Steve?
I do. Here's number 2. This Pen to Fame has Robert Silverberg's Flight of the Horse, and Larry Niven has a time travel story in this, which I'm a second thing, time travel. Here's number 3, which is such a great cover. Theodore Sturgeon, Jack Williamson, Anne McCaffrey, and A.E. Von Vogt.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, and I think I got these for like $3 or $4 a piece. And the cardboard covers hold up wherever you go. That's it. That's awesome.
Very futuristic.
Yeah.
All right, back at you.
And number 4 of Starscream, the last issue. He came out in '76. Fame to fame, Isaac Asimov does a B-Care and a Paul Henderson story. And there's some other people in I think another Sturgeon story in this.
Oh.
But it's Starstream Adventures in Science Fiction, which I don't know why it lasts only 4 issues. This is phenomenal. Tons of neat artists, and of course the writers in there are just phenomenal. Since I missed a little bit of last week, I'm gonna catch up on my Black Hole. Here's the first issue. I know we talked about Black Hole last time.
Oh, good. It's way better than mine. I was going to show mine. Yeah.
Here's number 2. I don't have the big one, though. That's the one that I'm missing. That's the only one that I'm missing is the one from the 3-pack. Number 3.
Well, as we've discovered, there is a 4th. It's extremely rare. Yeah.
Yes, and here's this one called Walt Disney Showcase, The Black Hole. It's number 54 of Walt Disney Showcase. But the one that's the big money, rare one, it's got the dinosaur on the cover.
Right.
It is some type of pod on the cover of it. So we've got those. Shifting gears to a little bit of Marvel. Early Tales of Suspense, number 25. Even though it's big monsters, it's still sci-fi, I think. You can still call it.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of sci-fi in there.
Oh, very cool.
Monstrolo.
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
That one rolls on. That's got less vowels than usual.
And here's number 37. 2 issues away from my boy Iron Man appearance, but I love this cover. I love the machinery, the tech on this.
That one is actually the last monster story by Marvel at the time.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. I did not know that. Very cool. All right. Okay, that's it for right now. Let someone else go. I got a lot more stuff. So.
All right.
Fantastic.
Eric, what have you been up to?
Just gathering up a few things to show.
All right. Well, I'll put you on.
All right. So lead off with Unknown Worlds 34. Anything that's got a story called The Space Schnook.
I think I bought from that guy before.
What a schnook.
You know a guy like that.
By the way, Dr. Strangeliffe, I was watching your video. You showed this and said, I've never seen it. I said, oh, yeah.
Look at that. Yeah, ABC.
Yeah.
That was put out by ABC.
Yeah. Let's
Cool.
see. Star Trek number 8. I know we probably saw this last week, but I don't have an extensive space collection, so I'm showing anything I come up with.
Hey, it's all good, you know.
Number 18.
Nice.
I like that cover right there.
I think I fished this one out of an aquarium. Number 13. Let's see. Number 26.
That's the karate chop one.
Yeah. Man, cheap mustache on the spot.
Looks like Ming the Merciless.
Number 58. And an issue of Space Adventures.
Cool.
Actually, really enjoyed 2 of the 3 stories out of this. I mean, they were better than the standard fare.
Yeah.
So there's a mystery of unexplored worlds.
There you go.
I figured you'd like that one, Steve.
Oh,
And the one before. And might as well show another one here. Number 36.
oh, that's a great cover.
Yeah, nice cover.
Colors on that.
And from the Deja Vu department, Spaceman.
Oh yeah, there you go. Cool.
The hot blonde in here was made for compelling storytelling. And a little superhero mixed with your sci-fi and space.
Yes.
Captain Adam.
Reprints the first appearance, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is not a comic, but figured what better place to show this. Now you guys can have your transformed man. I'll take Mr. Spock's music from outer space.
Does that have his hit song on there? Highly illogical, Eric?
Oh, gosh.
I've had this in the frame so long I don't remember, but I know this is from the episode where he grew to gargantuan gargantuan size and started carrying the Enterprise with him.
A classic.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
boy.
is song Bilbo Baggins. Truly classic.
God.
Yeah, the album was unplayable, so I just put the cover in a frame.
Well, let's go to Captain Strangelife. I'm sure he's sitting on a stack of them for us.
Yeah, I got a few things here I can show you. Let's see here. Get these out of the way. I got from Avon, number 18. I think this is from 1954, Strange Worlds.
Oh yeah, those are really
Yeah.
good.
Nice.
Cover.
I love that.
Did I have a... No, I don't know who did the cover.
Man, that's nice.
I got that. I got Mysteries of Unexplored Worlds number 2.
Oh, that's great.
I got the first issue of this too, a couple of copies, but it's not space related.
Okay. That's nice.
This I might have showed before. Got a cover, Lou Cameron,
Oh, that's fantastic.
up by Ace,
I never come across Ace or Avon.
1952.
Very, very cool.
And talking about Wally Wood,
Oh, I'm hunting that one down hard.
number 6,
Yeah, that's a
1952.
tough one.
That's a good one, yeah.
Very high on my list, and that's an exceptional copy of that book.
I got this a long time ago, and when it was still affordable. I probably couldn't afford it now. I mean,
Yeah, that's a tough. It's like the Ditko cover too. Almost the same type of alien picture. Yeah, that's ridiculously hard to find now.
Yeah.
what else did I got here? I got a lot of mystery in space, but I wanted to show some of this. Is my first issue of Star Slayer
Oh yeah.
from Pacific Comics back, 1982, and
Some Mike Grell goodness.
let's see, yeah, Mike Grell, Star Slayer.
And that actually has the first appearance in advertisement for the Rocketeer inside.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Number 2, this is the first appearance of the Rocketeer,
Mhm.
and it's still my original copy that I bought in 1982. I just pulled these out. I got to rebag and board this stuff. Back then, I didn't have any boards, and I was using stuff, that I found, little pieces of cardboard and things like this.
Cereal boxes.
Flimsy stuff. I was using it. And I used also, I went to the office supply house and used the cardstock, 8.5 by 11 cardstock, give it some kind of protection. The back of the comic, it wasn't much, but until they started really coming out with the backer boards. Yeah, this is the first Rocketeer.
Mm-hmm. Very, very cool.
And I put that there. And then this Star Slayer number 3 has the second appearance of the Rocketeer. And let's see, I pulled these out. They're still the original ones that I bought from 82. Didn't even have a backer on that one. What's significant about this one, it has the first appearance of Betty Page in a comic book, as far as I know. At least it's the first appearance of Dave Stevens' Betty Page. Or Betty, rather.
Right.
Very, very nice.
Dave Stevens was just an amazing artist, and it's kind of weird that Dave Stevens and Betty Page, they both died in 2008. And let's see what else I got here. Then I got Pacific Presents number 1.
Oh yeah.
It's got the third chapter of the Rocketeer.
It was funny when I first bought that. I bought it for the Ditko story, not knowing about the Rocketeer.
Yeah.
I'm in love with the Rocketeer from that book. I bought it for the Ditko story first.
The missing man is such a weird character. It looks almost like a stick drawing, I got Sunrunners number 3 from Pacific Comics. I wanted to plug these guys because I think they had a lot of great talent and great books, and they didn't last that long. I mean, you're talking about Jack Kirby, Wally Wood, Neil Adams. I mean, whoa.
Yeah.
Sunrunners number 2. This is a Pat Broderick artwork in here. And number 1, it does take place in space. The guy gets hit by a sun flare or some kind of a sun blast, and he becomes like some kind of a nuclear super-powered individual. But,
to happen.
what else do I got here?
Most of those guys, and the problem is that this is a problem, is that they were just too good to work on the American market's assembly line. They were very detail oriented. They wouldn't be able to produce the amount of pages needed to survive on the market, and unfortunately that's why they didn't last very long, and they didn't live as a large body of work.
There's Vanguard number 1. Kind of a surrealistic cover here.
Fantastic. That whole series is great.
Then I have Vanguard number 2 here, but I don't want to show it because I was watching Grottu Orloff, his video the other day, and I saw him pull out Vanguard number 2, and I think he wants to show that, so I'll wait till he comes on so we can look at that. But I'll show you Vanguard number 3. Just a beautiful cover. Vanguard Illustrated.
Is that Williams?
What's that?
Is that Al Williamson?
Yeah, that's Al Williamson.
Wow.
And let's see, I'm gonna put that away here. What did I want to show? Oh, I got so much stuff here. You're talking about Space Ghost. Here's
There we go.
my first issue.
Very cool.
I got another low grade copy of this. Very low grade, but it's just a reader copy, so I got this graded. And I thought I had another one here. Oh. Here's one from Dell. Flying Saucers #1.
Love that title. Love that cover. Love that cover. Very cool.
Very nice.
I love these old books, man. I love the Dell stuff too. I'm getting more and more into the Dell and Gold Key. And I got a bunch of them here too. So I'm just going to show you one more and then let somebody else show something. Unless you want me to keep going. So
Well, we'll go to Dr. Silverage.
Okay. Here's
Hey, look at that.
Now, the reason I pulled this one out is because it is kind of in space.
Incredible. I know you've seen them before.
Yeah, that's issue number 90, House of Secrets. Okay. Let somebody else go. Doc Silverage.
All righty. We're going to show some mystery in space, I guess. A little bit.
Not to embarrass him, but Doc has the noisiest tape dispenser in the world.
Oh, but all right, hold on. Let me just put this one away here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna do some mystery in space, and if I could read what issue number that was, I could tell you. But it's kind of worn out. So anyway, there's one with these got a lot of Adam Strange stories in them.
Oh, great cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and this one here is number 70.
Nice.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
72.
Mm-hmm.
75. With Kanjaro.
Adam Strange.
And then 76.
Huh.
Yeah, jetpacks before the Racketeer.
Mm-hmm.
Number 80. Number 83.
Nice.
That is a very cool cover.
84. I like this cover too. This is number 86.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Hey, that looks like a butt. See? It's like a butt.
It's a giant hand. Supposed to be. Oh, and number 87. With Hawkman.
Yeah, he was in a few of those issues.
Yeah.
The old rocket shoes never really took off the way they wanted to. Did they?
Here is 88. Another Hawkman issue. This is number 89.
We got a lot of the same covers, same issues.
And this one here, this is a cool cover too.
Those are great books, just fun reads, you know.
Yes, yes, they are. This is number 90. I like that
nice.
cover.
Yeah, that's a classic cover, isn't it?
Yeah. Love that.
That's awesome.
So, all right. You want somebody else to jump in now?
Well, I'll show a few unexpected.
Hey, whatever happened to Meyer Greenblatt? Was he showing stuff already? Oh, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah,
What did I see? I seen that.
Space pigs are fantastic.
Huh.
Space Ranger.
Huh. Love that stuff.
Mm.
And then he appeared in Mystery in Space. This is number 96. Mystery in Space soon went on hiatus for a while and then started back up again with issue 111. After more than a decade, I think.
They really came out with a good cover on that. That's awesome.
Yeah, dystopian. Wow, look at that.
Mm.
You really see the fear in that guy.
Yeah, that's one of my faves.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Burn off on. Oh yeah.
great cover.
And it's not supposed to be, it's more of a horror comic or a mystery, but I thought I'd slip this one in real quick.
Well,
Yeah.
man, I love saucer covers.
Fantastic.
All right. Well, who'd like to show something else now?
Well, I got some stuff.
All right, Paulo.
So going back to Star Trek, I actually wanted to show the Star Trek New Frontier comic, but I couldn't find it. So I took out this one shot, which is an anthology. As you can see, it's got tales starring all of the Star Trek universes up to then. Original series, TNG, DS9, and Voyager.
Marvel wants to relaunch Mystery in Space?
I think he was joking.
Is that IDW, Paulo?
This is Wildstorm. They had the rights for a year and put out some material.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the first page from the DS9 story. Kind of reminds you of an EC comic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then the story continues, but it's mostly an illustrated story.
You never know what you're going to get with these anthologies, I tell you.
Mm-hmm. The Voyager story.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it when they do the more photorealistic style. And here's the TNG story. Where is it? It's kind of short. So it's made to look a little rougher.
Mm-hmm.
So they're more illustrative. They never do much of a fantastic style for Star Trek. Okay, so let's go European. This was published in a Portuguese magazine in 1979. This magazine is older than me.
Thanks for that reminder.
I think we're all older than you.
Yeah. The story was originally published in the early 70s in an Italian newspaper supplement called Corriere dei Ragazzi, which was published inside the Sunday edition of the Corriere della Sera newspaper. The story in the year 2000 with art by Giancarlo Alessandrini. And it's kind of a slow-moving story. They deal a lot in politics, but they do have some. Let's see now. Okay, they only actually go into space in this chapter, and it's very low tech. They don't make it like you can go anywhere in space. Except maybe the bridge is a little too large for what you'd expect at the time. But apart from that, it shows the space race as very low tech. By the way, like this comic, as you're in the center pages, a Starhawks page.
Oh, nice.
Now let's go French. Étoile Noire, Dark Star. This is created by two Argentinians, writer Ricardo Barreiro and artist Juan Jimenez. Jimenez is better known in the English-speaking world as the artist on the Meta Barons series by Jodorowsky, a spin-off of the Incal with art by Mobius. And Jimenez was very, very good with painted art. There I am.
Is that the fickle finger of fate you're pointing at us?
Yes.
It's beautiful black and white work on that.
Yeah, it's two-tone, and he uses different colors in different pages. Here it's mostly blues, but here you have a bit more green.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here they're a bit more normal.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, am I showing the Android? No. No, wait. The Android is. Yeah, 'cause I think the story was originally made for a magazine because the art doesn't actually fit in the page dimensions. And here is a collection of the Metamorphosis Odyssey, published about 20 years ago.
Oh, nice.
Graphics.
Love that character.
Yeah, the Metamorphosis Odyssey was first serialized in Epic Illustrated, and Dreadstar debuts in the 5th chapter. Now, this collection is not a very good quality series because this one was already painted in gray tones. So this is part of Dreadstar's origin, and in gray tones it looks very good. But the rest of the trade paperback series, they're also in black and white, but they were shot straight from the color comic. Yeah. So it turned out very dark. They did not texturize it, and it's kind of hard to show. Here's some of Starlin's crazy aliens.
Yeah, that's amazing though. I love that.
The Metamorphosis Odyssey is has a lot more of a mystical tone than what Dreadstar eventually became, and it's much darker in theme. And there goes a planet.
There goes.
And let's show some Silver Surfer. This magazine is not in a very good state. This is part of the graphic novel series, and this is that Silver Surfer graphic novel, which is made exclusively in. Let me not to break it. Exclusively in splash pages.
Oh, look at that! That's pretty nice.
It is.
So it goes through all of the Silver Surfer history. He has the time to talk to Frankie Ray, to Galactus. Mephisto shows up. So here is Galactus is one page and Mephisto.
Art on that, wasn't it, Paulo?
Yeah. This was the Brazilian edition of this graphic novel. Okay, I think we can move over. And actually, I'm going to take the opportunity to go because it's 2:20 where I am. So you guys can go on, and I'll catch the rest on the replay.
2:20 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, man.
It was great seeing you,
So yeah,
Paulo.
thanks for
Thanks for coming on
Thank you,
board.
sir.
Thanks for having me, and nice seeing everybody.
Thanks for
Bye,
coming
Paulo.
on board.
Good to see
I
you.
wish I could do that Star Trek, the Vulcan salute, man.
Oh, like this?
Yeah, I don't. Man, I hate that when people do that. I can't do it, man.
I can do it with both hands.
I tried doing that. I tried to do it in practice by putting rubber bands on my fingers.
No,
and all, and-
if you can't do it naturally, you can't learn to do it. It's how you open the hand.
yeah, that's right. You have to be jointed a certain
Yeah.
way.
Okay. Good night, guys.
All right, good night. Take care.
Paul.
All right, getting caught up on the chats. Bub, stand by. I'm going to go to you in a second, but this is about the time of the evening when I usually make fun of pop culture. And, of course, last time I was the Frankenberry. And let's see. I noticed that in Gold Key, Yogi Bear stopped after 42 issues. And I'd sure love to get the rights to Western Publishing and start up with issue number 43. So,
Hey there, boo boo.
Hello, Yogi.
Hey, Yogi.
he doesn't look too happy with that. So,
Perfectly normal to sniff a bear.
all right. Well, we'll go back to Bub.
Oh, all right.
Take it away.
Well, we're gonna go a little. I've got so many books out that I gotta get them. I gotta show them real fast. So keeping up with all the PC stuff, we got Alien Worlds.
There you go.
Yeah.
This is the one, or what turned out to be a one shot. One of my favorite covers ever. Some William Stout action there.
Nice.
You just can't beat it. You know it's gonna be stout when you see all that snakes at the bottom. I
Yeah.
loves to put that on there.
Dinosaur and a girl.
I love
Yeah.
that series. That and Twisted Tales.
My wife has a T-shirt of that. This one, I think they're covered, so we'll show number one. Alien World's number one, and then we'll go with that was a 3D one. Here is the Joe Chiodo number one. Some fantastic.
Rick
Look at the
Conrad
detail
Williamson.
on that lizard's helmet. Can you guys see that?
Yeah. Will that be Jeff Jones?
This is the Joe Chiodo.
No, I mean the Jones on the cover, that one of the artists that they're talking about inside that does interior work.
It
Would that
might be Bruce Jones, but it could be.
Okay.
So we'll have to get somebody to do more homework than me. Here's number two.
Dave Stevens,
Some
man,
great Dave Stevens work.
Great artist.
beautiful.
Here's number three. Some more stout, I believe. Yes, that's some more stout. Bruce the writer. Okay. And then number four has some more Dave Stevens.
Yeah, look at that, just beautiful stuff, man.
Great cover.
And then number five has some John Bolton
It's good too.
of the back cover of X-Men Classics fame. So he did that run. Here's some Bruner on number 6.
Yeah.
And get nobody get too close to the screen on that one. Here's some Android Love, number 7.
Because robots need love too.
Oh yeah, they do. If you don't give it to them, they'll just take it. And here's some Pound Look at that.
Look at that.
Doesn't
Yeah,
that remind you of War of the Worlds?
that reminds me of the Mars Attack
Mars
card.
Attacks, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Isn't that great?
Great.
Number 8. And they finish out the run with number 9 with some more, I think it's Bolton. Some more John Bolton.
Oh, look at really nice stuff.
And if you all will indulge me for just a moment, I will do a speed run through some Planet Comics. Would you guys like to see those?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Didn't Epic pick up some of the Alien Worlds after PC stopped publishing it?
Did they do? I don't know. I'm not aware of much after that. Did they have an ongoing series after that?
I thought that Epic picked up some of published some of those issues, some of their own issues.
I'll have to check that out. There's Planet Comics 16.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Even in a 0.5, that's beautiful. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you, it wasn't even that when I found it. We'll go slightly better and we'll put a 1 in front of it. We'll get Planet Comics 21. That's an animal they used a lot for writing. You see that? It's a kind of an ongoing theme for them. Here's number 22. One of my favorites.
Wow.
I like the kind of squid tentacle type monsters. Those tend to be my favorite. Just seems harder to get away from them, you know?
I like some of the other kind of tentacles they got on the cover there.
Oh, yeah.
I can answer that question. Eclipse did pick up Alien Worlds.
Okay. There's number 31.
Wow, yeah, look at that.
They like to do a lot of tribal type stuff for the Alien Worlds. Here's a classic 41 Medusa cover.
Man.
And an early robot cover. Or Android, I think it is in this one.
That is
Fantastic, yeah.
beautiful, man.
And then here is number 49.
Very cool.
And I love when they say things like werewolves, I'm getting an echo. I love when they do werewolves, but they use the terminology wrong, because obviously that's not a werewolf, but
Right.
it didn't matter. So look at that guy screaming. She's breaking in. She's a
Wow.
killer mermaid from outer space. I think there was a song about that. This one reminds me a lot. Red Comic reminds me a lot of Adam Strange. And this is number 56. Love all the test tube girls.
They're in a beauty pageant.
Oh, yeah. And then here is number 65. Another classic cover.
Yeah. Love all that good girl art.
Oh, yeah. Here's another classic with number 53.
By the way, Jambo, you should be. We had to put Steve back in. He fell out. So hold on, Bub.
Yeah,
You okay,
my
Steve?
computer lost power. Yeah, my computer lost power.
By the way, Jambo, you should have got that poster by now.
I got those. I just wanted to say thank you, man. That's
No
nice.
problem.
Okay.
I sent him a Planet 65 poster. So
Oh, did you?
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
kind of based off of my copy. So
That's fantastic. Here's number 9. I know we're going backwards.
Man. Look at all the colors on that cover.
I know. It's got great color, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Colorful drills. They always had those kind of, forgive me, but phallic drills. They like those in several of the covers. Here's 25.
Man, you got quite a run of those books, man.
I'm going for a complete run, but
Yeah.
time and budgets are always against me.
Yeah.
Here is 29.
Wow, another gorgeous cover.
Look at that Griffin type monster there.
Mm-hmm.
dragon. I don't know what you call it.
And we got a red hair with a blue dress instead of the typical blonde-haired woman with a red dress.
Yeah. Well, not to be outdone, Lily Renee takes a stab at it.
Oh, there we go.
That dress used to be red before I got a hold of this book, but there you go. Actually, well, yeah, before I got a hold of it, it already turned orange. Here's another classic bondage one with 34.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
It's good stuff. That's another one where they kind of went tribal, where the alien species is tribal. Number 36.
Wow. Yeah.
Some great giant work there.
Like the old breathing apparatus they have on most of those.
I know. I love those. Those are my favorites. I'll show you here soon. We'll get to one that is my absolute favorite breathing apparatus. Here's 37.
A lot of those cover artists were doing the pulp covers before. They just carried on their idea,
They were. A lot of them are even repurposed and come straight from the pulp cover. They're just a little reworked. This is number 39, another Renee cover.
I have that one. That's nice. I love the web.
That one crosses a little into horror, and that's why it's harder to find. Number 40. This one is definitely taken off a pulp cover. A lot of the ones that have the more plain backgrounds, they were pulps. Pulp covers.
Who would you say did the majority of the covers on those, Bub? Would it be Joe Doolin?
Probably Doolin.
I was just going to say that.
Doolin post rivets and then pre rivets. It kind of mixes around. There's 63. It's a nice little ray of death.
Yeah.
We'll move a little quicker. I know everybody's got to go to bed and we got more people to show. Here's 44 with the girls in the bubbles.
Man, look at that.
You got girls running all the way up there, all the way up to the tiniest little bubble. They still bothered to draw a little girl in there. So
I think I speak for everybody when I say no need to rush.
Yeah.
Well, I know everybody's got stuff to show. 46. This is another one taken from a pulp cover.
Very
Now
cool.
there's a switch. The female rescuing a male.
Yeah, the original pulp is switched. It's the male carrying the female out. So a little gender swap. They did a couple of gender swaps in the run. Here's number 47. The three-headed monster.
Wow, she looks like she's waiting for Santa Claus.
That outfit always reminded me of Captain Cold.
Yeah, Captain Cold. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Here's number 48. Great robot tearing up San Francisco cover.
That's cool.
Oh,
And then here's another one here. Number 50. Appearance of the flip-flops in space. You gotta like that.
I see she's got some flip-flopping around going on up there.
Oh, yeah. Here's number 51. My arm's getting tired, so someone else is going to have to go soon. That always reminds me of the Gorn.
Captain Cole never looked that good.
Look at this nice skull cover and everything. And the skull has, maybe you can't see it. It's got that bullet hole in the center.
Yeah.
Where it's been hit with the ray gun. And then here's number 52. Another one of my favorites. My wife calls this the majorette outfit. On the girl, not the monster. And here's number 54. Another one that was repurposed from a pulp cover.
Yep.
When they don't do the backgrounds, when it's plain like that, that's usually a pulp cover. 57. Another one of the phallic drills. And they also use that look back girl on a few issues. Here is famous 58, which Dave Stevens homaged for his number one of the next run. He put two girls on there, not to be outdone. And then here's 59 with that same look back girl. She gets repurposed a few times. Some crazy looking aliens with hook hands on there. That. I don't know. They can't hold a weapon, but they can still get the job done. Here's number 60. The Majorette outfit again. It has kind of a ray that reminds me of War of the Worlds. And another little breathing apparatus there with the alien. So that's when you know that they're on our planet. When who's wearing the helmet?
Right.
So, here's another one. Check out the guns on that girl.
I got that cover too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I've got it.
beautiful.
There's a fight comics that looks a lot like that has Senorita Rio.
Yeah, Senorita Rio.
Yeah.
And it's pulled directly from a pulp as well. This isn't the pulp. It's the one I have two of. Here's 67 with the puppeteer. So on this one, you see that the alien is conjuring up that woman. She's not real. He's just conjuring her up. And you can see these guys. One guy's going for it. The other guy's like, hold on, don't go. But they're going to go. I think you would too. So here's 68.
Oh, that's
Insurmountable
fantastic.
odds in that one.
That's
Good luck.
really good.
Let me see that one again. Let me see the cover and then
I think it's a Whitman. Maurice Whitman.
look at a lot of stuff going on. I love the colors again.
Oh yeah, they
Fantastic
busted out the
colors.
whole Crayola box for this one.
Yep.
And that one, that's the last one. No, that's not the last one. I think 73 is the last one. Here's 69.
I got that cover too.
That's a good one. She's got
Yeah.
dragon wings and dragon wings on her head.
Like she's in a pod or something, some kind of a
Yeah.
plant pod.
Here's number 70 something.
He's wanting to ask you this. That's why I'm holding this
Yeah,
message on there.
I do collect the pulps as well. Here's a pulp of Planet Stories. It was Planet
Okay.
Stories before it was Planet Comics, so that's my best one of that. I didn't drag them all out, but I have a few more.
That's very cool.
Picked that one up at the con, Jambo. Where were you?
Yeah, I missed that, man. I should have came Saturday. Ditched work.
Yeah, you should have ditched work. This is my favorite breathing apparatus cover of the run. It's like a tank sideways, leather bound.
Oh yeah, that's
all over it. It's got two tubes coming and going. It's got an intake and an outtake. Just looks fantastic. I love
Steampunk.
that.
yes.
That's one of my favorite.
It looks like a Whitman too.
It is. Well, it might be. This one is for sure.
Yeah.
This is the last one in the run, I think. And then we'll sneak in Stevens's homage to that other one, the rocket. Oh, there's a few more. That's my wife's favorite. She said it looks like a space biker. And I've never been good at arguing with her, so I'll agree. And then just two more. Here's number 61. Now this one was also, this is homage actually from an earlier Planet Comics issue where the shooter is a guy instead of a girl.
Looks
A
like an
little
old
gender
Flash
swap on it.
Gordon spaceship.
Love that one. And last and never least, none of them would be least, 42.
Yeah, look at the jaws.
Nice little snot monster.
Giant teeth.
Those are nice.
Save the Hydra. All right, I'll take a break. My arms are exhausted. Thank you.
Ah,
Oh, it's great.
That was
Really great.
nice.
Yeah.
very good.
I'm worried about Dr. Silverage. You want to show anything before you turn in?
I do. I have one thing I wanted to show. It's not a comic book, but it is space related. And last week we were talking about, you showed the Frankenberry cereal thing that you made. And we got a little bit of a discussion and talked about one of my favorite, well, not one of my favorite, my favorite cereal growing up as a kid. And this just came in the mail the other day.
Hey!
Hey, Chris.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna enjoy some Quisp this weekend. So, nothing wrong with that. I was surprised they still sold it. So,
Okay, so they're not old.
no,
Not
better not be.
cereal.
So, but I just wanted to share that with the group. And yeah, it's time for me to hit the hay. 1 o'clock's going to come doggone early. So it's been great hanging out. This was a great crowd, man. Full house tonight. So it was a lot of fun hanging out with everybody.
Yeah, good to have
See
you.
you, Rod.
So,
Take care.
all right.
Okay, Rod, you take
All
care,
right.
brother.
Yeah, guys.
We'll chat.
Here, buddy.
We'll see you
All right,
next
man.
week.
Hello, Grottu.
Hey,
Ratu.
Oh, Two, how you doing?
well, I'm all right. Tired, but I'm all right.
I was showing my Vanguards, and I wanted you to show number 2 because I was watching your video yesterday, and I know that you pulled it out to show on the stream here. So I'm waiting with bated breath to see
Right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were just showing DC science fiction or not.
That was fake news.
Yep.
Well, let's see. I just pulled out some from the Bronze Age and that I've been going through. The Silver Age is in the other room, and I just wasn't feeling well enough to move those boxes. I'm feeling a lot better, but okay. So the Vanguard Illustrated number 2 with this great Dave Stevens cover.
Beautiful.
Like a movie serial that never was made. And then I've only been able to see a little bits and pieces because I was coming home and then I had to go to this place to get dinner. But it looks like everyone already showed this From Beyond the Unknown with Nixon.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Your patient is stark raving mad, doctor. It is scientifically impossible that there could be a planet like Earth whose most famous leader is named Nixon.
Nixon.
They should redo this cover with the current occupant of the White House. Let's see. Here is an EC reprint from the early 70s that was done by an underground comic firm, and it looks a lot different than the EC reprints that were done later by Disney. You can tell it's got a $1 price tag, and it just has, it seems to have more authentic colors to the original ECs than the reprints that came later in the 90s.
Nice.
So I pulled that. And then these aren't really old, so it might be cheating, but this is kind of reprints of cool old stories. Doc Weird's Thrill Book.
That's cool.
Something I don't typically see.
No, I've not seen that.
You never seen it? Let me open it up. It's from the 90s, I believe. And as I recall, it just reprints in black and white. Yeah. It's the back cover. And I'm sure it gives credit where they take the stories. It has a Virgil Finlay illustration on the inside and Demon of Destruction. That's Frazetta, isn't it? They just are doing the yeah, this has got to be Frazetta. So yeah, they don't really credit what comics this stuff comes from. Actually, it's a pretty long story. Yeah, it's reprints from the 40s and 50s, and I've got 3 issues. I don't know how long the comic ran, but this is the 2nd issue.
Oh, there's a wood pull out with new coloring. That's interesting.
Yeah.
This is from Pacific. I believe.
Pacific Comics, yeah.
Are they the company that put out the comic-sized magazine called Pure Images?
That I'm not aware of.
I think the reason it looks so good is it's probably Greg Theakston doing this. There's Wally Wood. Greg Theakston was real instrumental in trying to reprint these classic old stories properly, because what DC and Marvel was doing, and like in Fantasy Masterpieces in the 60s, and what DC was doing in those early hardcover books that would cost you 30, 40, 50 bucks, is it looks to me, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like it was all retraced by someone that they were probably paying slave wages to, because all the handwriting and the balloons was all, it just didn't look right. It's not that I have that many Golden Age comics, but all those so what Greg Theakston did, instead of having people, because to reprint things back then, you had to have the black and white art, and so they couldn't do that, so because they didn't have it, so they'd have people retrace it so they could have a black and white master, and then they'd add color. But Greg Theakston he found a way called Theakstonizing, where he would he had to have an actual comic and he'd have to destroy it. So, but he would bleach the color out of you'd have to take the pages out, bleach the color. This is how they did it. And that was his big innovative thing. And Greg Theakston was the guy that put out that little digest-sized magazine called Betty Pages. He, along with Dave Stevens, were the guys that really were instrumental in finding Betty Page, tracking her down. It's Pure Imagination Publishing. It's not Pacific. It's Pure Imagination. Yeah, that was the company that Greg Theakston was involved with. I think he passed away. So it's got a Frankenstein story. I mean, it's just got like the best of the stories that came out, and I guess you guys probably have these original comics, at least some of them. But this was an affordable way to get these stories in the 90s. It's called Doc Weird's Thrill Book. I think everything that came out of the Pure Imagination Company is really good. But that magazine called Pure Images was really good. Okay, so that's Doc Weird's Thrill Book. I don't have much to show. What is this? This is pretty cool. I just happened to stumble on this, and I didn't even remember buying it, but it's Mike Allred, and he's one of the artists that I approve of. And, the artwork inside is Mark Allred is an artist that works today that I don't mind supporting. Today the Fantastic Four had its 60th anniversary. I looked at this comic, the artwork inside of it is just terrible to me. I had no interest in paying $10 for that. Okay, so I think you were showing Worlds Unknown earlier. Someone was. It's a great science fiction comic from Marvel. I mean, there's just a lot of great science fiction story books back in that era. And this is Worlds Unknown. I bought this from the 7-Eleven in Hampton, Virginia, and my brother drew in blood on the dinosaur teeth.
He did a good job.
I have another copy I've gotten since, but this has sentimental value because my brother did the blood.
That's right. Mark, my brother. That's awesome.
This is my first copy of Magnus Robot Fighter. It's a reprint, but I've since gotten a lot of the 60s ones. But it's one of those dystopian comics that we forgot about last week.
Yeah,
because it's not a wonderful future they're dealing with in this comic. Russ Manning, and then I pulled these UFO comics from Gold Key.
Good. I was hoping you would.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot.
Everything's great except for the horrible Mark of the Beast there.
Yeah, I still can't figure out why they don't put that on the back cover.
Yeah, I notice in Marvel on modern comics now they're making it real skinny, so it's not as obnoxious, but it's still obnoxious. That's about all these new comics have is covers.
Yeah.
These new comics are kind of like the new Gold Key. They have these painted covers. Then inside is kind of pedestrian art. It's not that I just think the art is pedestrian. It's just like that is not like that. So it's just like you buy this cover that looks like it's a pulp, and then the artwork inside sometimes is better than others. But
Yeah.
But as a kid, I wish the art was comparable to the covers. And these are all ones I bought as a kid. UFO, flying saucers.
That's a great cover. That's awesome. It's like a sweet stack.
Yeah. And then, man, I'm sorry. I was upset because I saw there's a little spot there of moisture that somehow had gotten on it. Just wonderful work. Does anyone know, did they paint with acrylic on these Gold Key covers? I'm guessing they did.
That's what I mean. I've seen a few of the covers in people's collections, and it looks like acrylic.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Oil wouldn't. Okay, and this is, I heard people talking about Buck Rogers earlier, and I think in early 30s book was shown by Bub's Comics, but this, maybe you guys showed this. This is a 60s Buck Rogers.
Yeah, that's the great #1 issue, and then they didn't do any more until the Gil Gerard stuff came later.
Yeah,
Finally, some little green men.
Yeah,
if only the Gil Gerard series looked like this.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there were good things about. I mean, he was an okay, fine Buck Rogers, but just left over Battlestar Galactica, and Wilma Deering was great. I just hated that little robot with the phallic head.
We all did.
I love Mel Blanc, but the robot was horrible. It was just annoying, and I don't know. They well, I don't want to get political, but the future depicted in Buck Rogers is probably not too different than the way it's going to be here in 20 years. But at least in the they kind of diverted it from the movie that came out in theaters, the pilot, as far as Killer Kane, and if I'm not mistaken, wasn't China taking over the world in Buck Rogers? Am I wrong? I think, but we don't want to talk about that. Here's Time Warp. This was one of the dollar comics, and so it's great. My brother had to shame me though when these dollar comics came out. He said, "I can't believe they're paying $1 for a comic book," because he bought them when they were 12 cents. He was like 10 years older than me. So, but it's they're as thick as a Golden Age comic. That's the argument you could make, but still $1 was a lot of money then. Now the discount bins in comic stores are $1. They used to be 25 cents. But this is did we already show some Time Warp tonight?
Nope.
I don't think so. I think you're the first. He's got some great stuff. His anthologies are phenomenal.
Yeah, this Time Warp was a good comic.
It was.
And there's even
Ditko
art there.
Yep.
Yeah, this is good stuff. I'm gonna. And then these Kaluta covers are he pays careful attention to the posteriors of women. Not to be. I'm sorry, that's still PG-13, right?
Oh yeah.
Which one did I just show? Oh, this one I didn't show. And someone showed Star Hunters. I heard someone talking about that.
I mentioned Star Hunters, and I love. It's my favorite DC series from the '70s, sci-fi. I love Star Hunters.
There were 2 fake Star Trek comics, and I think that, as I recall, they were both good. There was DC had Star Hunters, and Marvel had Seeker 3000, wasn't it?
Yes,
and they were both. 3000. they were both, we can't get the rights to Star Trek, but we're going to do Star Trek. And they're probably better than what DC and Marvel did when they actually got the rights to Star Trek. At least in my memory, that's all I really, let me see. I can show you some of these. Actually, this is worth seeking out, like real seriously. Do you guys have this? Pure Images. This is from that same company.
I've never even heard of it.
Okay, well, it must have only been in my comic stores here in North Texas, but it's that company, Pure Imagination. So, it's shaped like a comic, but it's a very slick magazine with the history of Spider-Man, with memos from dated February 23rd, 1954 to Leon Harvey from. Oh, they're talking about creating the Silver Spider.
Right.
Jackson Roykirk has it. And it's just the early, sketches. It's very much like, it reminds me kind of Jim Steranko's History of Comics. Very well researched, kind of things that might have been in the minds of people creating. Oh, and this is Greg Theakston did some color comic art in here, and then they have the whole Silver Spider penciled story that they're saying was instrumental in. Oh, and they also put out this Basil Wolverton reprint comic called Intense.
Nice.
So,
what issue was that?
That's issue 1 of Pure Images. I'll show you a couple more. I had these pulled out, not for the show tonight, but because I was gonna just put them with the undergrounds. Not that they're dirty or anything.
That looks pretty interesting, especially with the origins of possible origins of Spider-Man.
Definitely. And then they have I have 2, 3. I'm missing an issue. I'm missing issue 4. This one is the birth of Marvel Comics and featuring Powerhouse. I'll just show you these real quick. So let's see, what is this? Really cool stuff. Looks like this is that's the early it's the story of Marvel Comics. They got a black and white. That's cool to have just the black and white line art for that, and it's really.
I gotta get my hands on those issues. I gotta find out where I can get them.
I imagine maybe mycomicshop.com has them.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look.
I just figured that you guys had these, and
no, never even heard of them.
Oh, this is an ad. They have these ads that are reprinted like wonderfully because Greg Theakston probably bleached some original comic to, and then it's got Greg Theakston comic strip in it. Then it's cool to have the line art of this, because if you're making an invitation for a party, or if you're doing something like Graphic Man does with his collages, having the original line art that you can color however you want, and then all of this.
1 and 3 right now. My comic shop.
It looks like they're sketches on the Fantastic Four logo. I mean, they're just cool stuff they got in here. This is it's Stan's layout for page 12 of Fantastic Four number 3. This is how Stan Lee laid it out. He's typed in his.
Oh man! See, but Jack Kirby gets credit. See, come on.
Well, and then it's got all this, all the stuff that makes life worth living, like famous monsters and model kits. I mean, this is like the ultimate magazine. And you might not have even given it a second glance because it just looks. And then they have this whole issue about the Monster Mania of 1957. that one I just showed you was 2. This is 3. So it's all about the birth of the whole the shock theater and
Yeah, you pick those up at the shop where you work?
oh no, there's nothing that cool there. But today no. This came out in I bought this when it came out in the 90s. So something good came out in the 90s. This was I don't know if I got it at Lone Star Comics. I could have gotten it at Stage and Screen Gallery. There were a lot of comic stores that were around back then. There was a store called Stage and Screen Gallery. It was half poster store and half comic store. And the guy that ran it had changed his name to Guy Steele. We would kid him about that. I mean, he had his name legally changed to Guy Steele. I don't mean to insult him because maybe he's watching this show, but it was funny. We just kidded him to his face. And when he reopened his shop, my friend was telling him, I thought you were being, I thought you were killed by the mafia. And he was like, got real nervous. It's like, you heard that? He was just kidding him. But it's got a Ren and Stimpy story in issue 5. So I don't know what issue 4 is. If you got it pulled up on mycomicshop.com, you might be able to tell me. But it's like it's very much like, to me, it feels like Jim Steranko's History of Comics, heavily researched, with lots of cool black and white art, and then it's always got Greg Theakston's art in it, and he was great. He's not really remembered, I don't think, that much as an artist. But the other one, the other magazine that they put out was the Betty Pages, which is a little small digest-sized magazine. I had to go all over creation to find that back in the days when Betty Page was first being rediscovered because of The Rocketeer. Then Betty Page was rediscovered, and I was buying up all these girly magazines from the 50s and early 60s, and I was like, I spent a lot of money on Betty Page. And then when she was discovered, I actually got a few autographed pictures from her and that were like inscribed to me and stuff. So I was really into Betty Page there for a while.
Super cool.
So anyway, yeah, that's about it. Yeah. So I got to see
a strange Boris Karloff, but they are in space.
Wow, that's some cover.
Yeah. And
that's nice.
You'll know that when he talks about a story, he's like the floating head that introduces everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted you guys to see this story that's in the outer space. He wraps it up there, as you can see on the bottom there. He's wearing a nice little astronaut helmet.
That's
I like
cool.
that.
Had a Skylab reference on the cover there too. Remember Skylab?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here's
reminds me of the green slime a little too.
Beyond the Unknown.
Wow.
Nice.
And this is back when $1 billion was a lot of money, but now our latest spending trillion bill. But we won't talk about that.
That's a nice cover.
Oh yeah.
The Last Mile.
That's sort of like a Justice League cover, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a mystery in space or something.
Well, I know, but isn't there a early Justice League cover where they're all being enslaved and being led up a ramp?
There is.
Okay.
I'm just thinking maybe you could combine those two somehow in one of your collages.
Yeah, Space Family.
So many good titles, man. So little time.
Yeah.
I've found the the art to that. I don't have it, but
Wow.
Ooh,
Nice.
So cool.
First, I thought that was Dr. Smith, but he'd be running the other way.
nice.
Yeah. Bats make everything worse, right?
I told you my stack was going to be oddball.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Outer Space Safari.
And I just absolutely love this cover.
And that's the one they always used in the advertisements on the back cover, isn't it?
Right, right. The story's pretty good too. So, how about we surprise Jambo and catch him off guard?
You did. You did. I was trying to dig for some of my books, but been unlucky. I did get this the other day, though, and it looks fantasy orientated because it says fantasy on it, but it had some sci-fi stories inside of it. Some Frank Frazetta there, but it also had some Richard Corbin.
Oh yeah, good old Corbin.
And some Hildebrandt brothers. It's kind of
Wow, look at those colors. Yeah, really pop out.
I got a couple of those. They were just pretty cool. I just love that Frazetta there. Frost Giants. But anyway, yeah. I thought I'd show you guys my number one again.
Oh yeah.
You should try and pick up that whole run.
He did.
I should. Man, I was glad to get that done.
Yeah, work on that a little bit, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Many years. Now we got to finish this one up.
Oh yeah.
In the movie with V'ger. Number 2.
V'ger, yeah, that was such a disappointment, I tell you.
Yeah, I've kind of went back and watched it a few times, and yeah, there's a lot of colors and stuff. If somebody was tripping on acid,
Yeah.
I'd like it, but
It's certainly cinematic. We'll just have that's the nicest thing we can
Yeah.
say about it.
Oh,
it could have been better. But it had
Wow.
all the old characters in it, so I was happy.
Love the
when I-
skull on that cover with the red hood. Another great cover.
Oh yeah.
That's another great cover.
We need some new bags here. These are creepy. This book could be worth $2,500 to you. Need to check
You know,
into
the
that.
wrinkled bags never bothered me until I started showing them on screen, and then all of a sudden I look back and I go, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
right.
This thing sit in boxes forever, and I guess it just does it. I don't know how often you're supposed to rebag and board, but it can get expensive, I guess.
Yeah.
And still got
That's
a
why I
price
do
tag.
my lights and
Right.
halfback, and I'm good to go until I die. You know.
I've been finding what Silverage Dave was pointing out in one of his videos, that no matter how horrible the bags look, the comics are still fine inside. You think
Yeah.
they're degrading because the bag is turning yellow and the tape sticks to your fingers and it won't come off. And then inside the book is in mint condition.
Yeah.
But I pulled all my bags off my comics because they look so horrible, and now it's going to take me another 10 years before I bag and board everything again.
Yeah.
This one has a nice Enterprise on
like
it, bub.
Yeah, I like that.
They're almost like EC horror hosts on the side.
This is the last one of the run, 18.
Yeah. Kirk looks like he has Down syndrome, though.
It does.
Problems there, right?
It's a collector's item.
No offense.
Here's an IDW photo cover.
Has anyone ever read the Star Trek Meets the Planet of the Apes comic? Is that any good?
I've seen it, but I haven't read it.
The Star Trek
Never.
half of the writing is good, but the Planet of the Apes half is bad.
Oh,
go figure.
So they merged the two worlds somehow?
I don't know.
Yeah, they visit Planet of the
I
Apes.
showed this before. It's my favorite sci-fi movie.
Hey.
Show it again.
It's a win. Yeah,
Jackson.
Right.
Technically, this is kind of sci-fi, I guess. Or there you go. Captain's got his.
Now you're stretching the theme there, Jambo.
Well, yeah, a little bit.
It's still technically science fiction.
Kind of, yes.
In the 1700s when that was written, it was science fiction, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I get it.
Science fiction horror.
Now I'm stretching it a little bit. Throw
Yeah, it's
Dracula
getting
in
there.
I found the Justice League cover, by the way.
Let him show that because I'm about done over here with.
Well, but Maranya in the chat is right. There's also adventure comics where the Legion of Superheroes is being led into slavery. But
that's the one I was thinking about. Yeah.
But here's the cover I was thinking of.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if we could, if I'm not telling you what to do, graphic man, but if you could combine that with those aliens from your cover and the Legion of Superheroes and just have a long poster of people being led into slavery, then maybe have like President of China there at the end, bringing them all in. I don't know. Or the leader of North Korea.
Superheroes was a Neil Adams cover, I believe.
Well, Meyer or Captain, you want to go?
Yeah, I got some stuff I want to. I just wanted to show this real quick here again. I don't know if Grottu has this issue of Star Slayer number 3. That's the second appearance of the Dave Stevens Rocketeer, and it's got the first appearance of the Betty Page in comics, I think.
I don't think I have that.
Because I might have a few of these, so I could send one to you.
Oh, cool. What I've realized I do have is the Comics Journal that first shows the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it's apparently a big deal now. Because I always read the Comics Journal, and so everyone's excited about this one issue. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
This is from, I think, what did I write on there? 1954. It came in these cereal boxes of Sugar Jets.
Does this say LSD on it?
Yeah, you just... All right, there's the LSD. You just lick them. Those licking sticks. That's paint, actual paint that you would use to paint the rockets.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But seriously,
it hasn't bled or anything,
And that was right in the cereal box of Sugar Jets, which doesn't exist anymore as far as I know.
I think Dr. Silverage just picked up a box of that.
Sugar Jets? Or was that Quisp? I thought that was Quisp. Hello, Quisp.
Vintage box of Quisp.
And I got some other stuff here that is... I got a... Oh, this is a bunch of these, man. Elsie the Cow. Trip through space.
Wow.
There you go.
Well, you had the one for the astronauts got their meal cats.
Gordon's Very Big Flavor. I wonder what year this came out. A date on there. I don't think it has a date on there. I don't know, but no, I'd have to research it, but it's got to be probably early 60s, I think.
I would always blow the minds of my students by telling them that Elsie the cow's husband was Elmer, that was on your glue bottle, that they're husband and wife, and the same company that makes your glue makes milk. And
We got a bunch of these.
wow.
Yeah, so you guys were talking about Star Hunters. I just happen to have an issue here that I pulled out.
Yes, I got a page original art from that book.
Wow.
You
Is it
should
as
show
good
it.
as
You
I
had it-
remember, or because I read it when I was like 11 or 12 years old? Is it good today if you read it?
Yes, I enjoy
Number
it.
16.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Strange
Got
Adventures.
Bob Lake, Rich Buckler, just good stuff.
Wow. I love that.
Carmen Infantino on the cover. And guy's holding on to a patch of grass as it goes flying into outer space.
Looks like the warlord after a rough weekend. Or Green Arrow.
What else do I got here?
No, it's not the warlord, because the warlord didn't have any clothes, basically.
Oh, yeah. Because it was Edgar Rice Burroughs' influence, where there was no clothing.
That is awesome, Captain.
Number 48.
That's
Wow.
very cool.
Yeah,
There we go.
Lost in Space. From Beyond the Unknown.
Wow.
Oh, right.
2001
Good.
Space Odyssey. Had to bring some of that in there. I mean,
Kirby took that in wild directions after the movie.
I think I already showed these. House of Mystery. And this is a key issue, man. Very important. They're gonna go really sky high in price once they bring out a movie. It's got the first appearance of the human light bulb.
But
And
it'll
I
be a
think it was
teenage
an
girl.
in-house cover swipe.
Yeah.
All right.
They swiped their own cover. This one, I probably showed this before too. It's an
That's a classic.
atomic bomb. Mushroom
Yeah.
clouds. And I'm sure I showed these. This is so weird because it takes place on a foreign planet with Indians that look like aliens, and that one. These I showed before with the drill. Number 3. I found another copy of this. I didn't even know I had. I was looking for
that was
something.
mine. I dropped it.
I was looking for something else, and all of a sudden there it was, sticking to the bottom of my shoe.
Sorry about that.
I've been looking for this for a long time, and even in low grade, they're expensive. I had to pay $40 for this, and had a spine split almost all the way.
That's a nice looking book.
Murphy Anderson on the cover, I think. Then I got to show this again. Weird Science. This is what inspired the Mars Attack cards. Wally Wood cover.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beauty.
I'd like to have that whole run.
Yeah, me too. And I don't know if I showed this. I don't know if Grottu saw this.
Oh, yeah.
Strange Worlds. Wally Wood. Number 6 from 1952. Then, what else I got here?
That one's a little lazy.
Space Family Robinson.
Oh, wow. That's a good one.
Those Space Family Robins are great
this
stories.
this is really beat up. I have to replace this with a better copy because it is a really nice cover. Space Mouse.
I like that.
The thing about that, there was never a Walter Lantz cartoon, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was trying to investigate that. Yeah, in my old family album, my older brother is holding a copy of Space Mouse. I think only 2 comics came out, so I had to seek them out just to replace what my brother had.
Did I show these? I think I.
Oh yeah.
I think I showed these in another video. I don't.
Okay.
This is
That's pretty.
Supposedly got Matt Baker artwork in there in the story Moontrap.
Now, when you say there wasn't a Walter Lantz cartoon, you don't mean, well, Woody Woodpecker would definitely count, right?
No. What I'm saying is there was never a Space Mouse.
Oh, okay.
Animated.
Yeah.
Because looking at it, you figure that this is a cartoon character that appears in actual theatrical cartoons.
Right.
And it didn't.
There wasn't.
No,
I don't guess so. But there was a Space Mouse by Avon Comics. It's kind of a different character, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wow.
Oh, that's a sweet book.
Yeah, very nice.
This has got to be one of the most boring covers that.
Yeah, they put a lot on that cover, a lot of verbiage. What number is that?
This is number 17. From, 1958.
Yeah, that's a very boring cover.
That's a book report where you start writing real big.
Here's how you could make, if you took that message at the bottom and put it on like a cherry Pop-Tart comic, and every man, woman, and child must read this important comic. It'd be funny.
Number 13, 1959. And this is the prototype for the Watcher, Steve Ditko.
Yeah, I got a copy of that. Yeah. Shannon sent me a copy of that.
I was freaked out when I realized that the Watchers were actually in the Bible.
Yeah.
I mean, graphic,
aliens.
Well, graphic. Are they angels? Graphic.
No,
man?
aliens. The world of the Old Testament is full of aliens. That's why they.
Yeah, the book.
Well, we're talking about the Bible, where
Right.
Stan Lee took the idea.
That's from the book of Daniel. But also, if you remember the Star Trek episode, The Empath, there were these 2 great big head guys watching that lady and see if she would take pity on Kirk and some of the guys.
Right.
About the same time, Stan Lee's and them are coming up with the Watcher.
Let's see what I got here.
Wasn't the Watcher though like around like 65 or 4 before Star Trek though?
Let somebody else go.
It was very close.
Yeah.
So Watcher's first appearance was Fantastic Four 13, I believe. That would have been 62.
Right. With the Red Ghost.
Yeah, I think Stan Lee scooped Star Trek, but the Bible scooped Stan Lee.
Well, yeah.
Barely.
By a few thousand years.
Oh, just let me show you real quick these 2 from Classics Illustrated.
Oh, wow.
Master of the World.
Yeah, Dell has one just a little different than that.
It's a beautiful cover. I love this.
If I was the
Looks like,
president, I'd make that Air Force One.
It reminds me of the prototype for the Bat Plane, 1966.
Yeah. The model kit.
It makes you think, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of a lackluster cover, but okay.
Well, Meyer, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm here.
I'm wanting to try to make all the circle here. Would you like to show anything, or were you all about done?
I'm about done, but I can show a couple things. I can show some space toys. How about that? How about
Sure.
some? And let's try and see if this works out and focuses. I don't know if it's going to. Is that focusing on him?
No.
Is it a?
There it is.
Yeah, you had it there for a
There we
minute.
go. So some of the earliest space toys were figures that were made out of hard plastic by companies like these. These were made by a company called Premier Plastics.
He's neat.
They always had this kind of, or for the most part, these early ones had this odd kind of Art Deco, kind of chubby cherubic form to them. And some of them had these clear plastic helmets.
Neat.
And kind of had these accordion joints on their knees and elbows.
See, I got one like that, so I'm missing the plastic dome.
They even made little some women. This one is kind of this odd figure that's like this space holy mother, right?
Isn't that what possessed the girl in the Exorcist?
Movie serials.
Yeah, they do kind of. And look at this robot is very looks a lot like that giant robot from that Bela Lugosi movie serial. You know,
Like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz.
Tin Man also.
this same figure was also used in a early board game from the 1940s as kind of this spinner mechanism connected to a magnet. Here's another nice feminine female figure.
Oh, that's great.
Very buxom, right?
Oh, that's good. What would we expect to pay for something like that?
So an original like Archer, just like this one right here, maybe $10, $15, $20 if you could find one. But in the early 1990s, a model company called Glencoe made reproductions of these figures, and they came in a box just like this, a painted box.
Wow.
Men and women. And inside there's an insert that tells you the whole story of the early space figures from the 40s and the 50s. She's got like this jetpack thing on and wings.
How
Really
authentic are the reproductions?
The reproductions, if you can find them, honestly, are about the same price because they're also pretty weird.
Well, I mean, can you tell just really, is it real obvious they're not originals just looking at them?
You can tell by the quality of the plastic, the difference in the plastic. But they're made with the same molds. And they're high quality. It's just the plastic is different. But they're still really, really cool.
Yeah.
So this is something from later. This guy is named Captain Laser. He was made by Mattel.
Look at
and
that.
He came out in 1967, 1968.
Wow.
Whoa.
He lights up.
Look at that action. His eyes light up. That's cool.
His eyes light up. He has this gun that has different attachments, and he has a permanent, like a battery pack here. And
Wow. Look at that.
for some reason, he's not working right now.
I have to get my hands on one of those.
Is that 70s or late 60s?
This is late 60s. And this guy was actually connected to the Major Matt Mason toy line, but he was, in this large scale and not really anything like Major Matt Mason, right? Because they were like made of wire, and rubber. He has these kind of jet boots. He has this really interesting helmet that looks like the
wow
like the hood ornament.
The 90s?
No, this is from the 60s. This
The
is from
60s,
1967. So he has this helmet that's like kind of looks like the hood ornament from a Chrysler. And then if you look at his face, he's real close to like a Romulan or like a Vulcan, which is right around the same time when this toy came out. Came out in 67 and popular for the Christmas of 1968. I don't know. I'm pushing. There we go.
Wow.
Pushing things the wrong way. Hey, this is something that's cool. That's not all that. It's not really sci-fi related, but it's an Atom Age toy called the Whammo Monster Magnet.
Yep.
And it's really cool. There's a really cool commercial for this on here on YouTube. So you're familiar with the Monster Magnet there, Grottu?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's pretty strong. It holds up this. Look at, we've got the classic belt buckle.
You can put that on a pulley.
There's a pretty good band named after that toy also.
Is there? That's cool.
Yeah.
And let's see. I guess that's about it. I'll just show one more. I'll show something modern from my collection that is science fiction related. That's one of my favorite parts of my collection. And it's this really cool Clockwork Orange figure that's in this big, like, 1970s style futuristic chair.
I've always wanted one of those chairs. Have any of you ever had one? Or
I have a miniature one here.
I've never even seen one in real life. The real chairs.
I think I might have seen one before in real life.
Some of them have speakers inside them, so you sit in there and hear the stereos sound.
Yeah, it's the whole setup inside there. But yeah, he's just chilling here having his Malacco.
Wow.
So yeah,
can you take that figure out of the chair?
Yeah,
Those are toys.
Yeah, I'll pull them out. This is a really great figure.
Those are real toys.
So it's like a G.I. Joe of Alex.
It absolutely is like a G.I. Joe of Alex.
Oh my
it's a
God.
highly articulated G.I. Joe of Alex.
That's so perverse.
It is on such a perverse level. He even has the exact same cufflinks from the movie. The whole getup in the movie. He comes with the mask with the phallic nose on it.
Oh no!
No, he looks like a Clockwork Orange.
He also comes with the phallic artistic sculpture from the home invasion that the guy gets murdered with. Right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The big white one. Yeah, he comes with that as well. Even his little cane. Pretty sure it opens up and has a knife inside of it.
And where do you get these things?
So this I ordered, I don't even remember where I got it, but it probably about 10 years ago. I used to really be into these 1/6 scale, highly detailed, unlicensed figures that you buy from companies in China that make these in very low numbers, right?
Oh, okay. That's unlicensed.
So this is an unlicensed figure produced by some company in China that is called Red Man Toys. I have another figure made by them that I'll show sometime. That is an outstanding version of Dirty Harry. It looks like Clint Eastwood as Dirty Harry, and he has tons of accessories like even Magnum 44 Magnum. He even has his San Francisco PD police ID. It's pretty amazing stuff.
Wow, they only made that toy for real.
I wonder how come they didn't call them Yellow Man toys.
I'm not sure why. The names are always odd and kind of different. But this chair as well, made by some company, separate, not a part of the Clockwork Orange figure. I just ordered it because it looked so. I wanted to match it up with the figure.
And they make a lot better boyfriends than Ken for Barbie.
Yeah,
decorating the Barbie house with that chair, and Alex is her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Here's a pretty cool toy.
What's that?
It's a Mars Attacks when the movie came out.
That's awesome.
That's cool
I
looking.
need to unscrew it and see what kind of battery it has in it, because it has this brain. It makes this noise. It lights up, and this brain throbs. But it hasn't worked in a long time. I'm sure it'll work if I just figure out what battery is inside of it. But there were 2 ray guns they made for Mars Attacks, I think, and this was one of them.
Pretty cool. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
I mean, it was a great movie, but he just didn't push it far enough. He should have. It should have been an R-rated movie.
It was hilarious, that movie.
But if it had been an R-rated movie and it had had the same gore as the cards, it would have been fun, even more phenomenal, I think. Anyway, didn't mean to go out of turn.
No, there is no order.
For your convenience, I am monitored to respond to the name Robbie.
Oh, that's cool.
He's awesome.
Now I put you full screen. Show it to me.
Okay. You put me full screen.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
Well, what is this? I forgot how to make him walk now. There's a way that he walks, but I don't know.
Yeah, I had to get that one too, Captain.
I'm always fooling around with these space guns.
Very cool.
And then, what else do I get? I don't know. I can show some more comics.
Yeah.
Here's Dell, Nuclear. Comic cover, Atom Bomb cover, Mushroom Cloud. Somebody else show this?
I thought you showed it.
This one? Did I?
I think so.
What
It
the
reminds
hell?
me of that Classics Illustrated that graphic.
What about
you
this?
showed.
Did I show this? No.
No.
No, that's the Bill. I don't know how to pronounce it. Milgwatt or something like that.
Yeah, this is a AP.
He does great work. for
And
modern
Antarctic
outside
Press.
movement. Yeah.
How about Mystery in Space?
Purple cover.
Loggerhead battle.
Turtle fight.
Get another one of those. 1966.
Oh yeah, Ultra Multi-Alien, one of my favorite characters. I love that guy.
Now
Somebody
that was
else
on
showed
for
one
sure.
of these.
Yeah.
Another Mystery in Space.
Great stuff.
And I think somebody else showed one of those.
I think it was Silverage.
Silver Age. Yeah,
Doctor Silverage.
This is a pretty nice cover, I think.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh darn it.
Here's another earthquake.
Yeah,
In San Francisco.
guys, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Another
That's all right.
I got water all over the table.
Oh shit!
Water.
Somebody spilled something?
Yeah, I spilled my water and it's all over the table. But luckily, it's only water, and nothing broke.
What the hell?
And it's only
It's,
on plastic.
Is that my door?
No, it's Meyer Greenblatt.
No, it's my door.
What?
My frickin' door is opening.
What?
My door is opening.
Well, maybe you should go investigate.
Yeah. Which door? The front door? The back door? How much fiber have you had today?
You see that?
No.
In the
Yeah,
back.
I see it. Yeah.
Nice.
What the hell?
Are you sure this isn't prearranged?
No.
Well, if Elvira's come to life, we'd understand if
Yeah,
you
she
don't
popped out. I'm all right
know.
with it. Yeah.
I think that's all I got.
Well, if you got real life ghost footage, then maybe this video will go viral.
I got some stuff, Micah.
Who? What's going on?
I got some
Is that
stuff.
Bub?
If
Oh,
to
Steve.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there you
know
go.
when to go. Cool. Before everyone's talking about Dave Stevens. It's not really sci-fi, but if anyone has seen this, Brush with Greatness, Brush with Passion, but it's a hardback of his work and stuff. If anyone's interested in this, I forgot who put it out. Diamond. It's a Diamond exclusive.
I love Dave
It's called
Stevens.
Brush with Passion.
What a shame. How old was he when he passed away? Was he even 40?
He was 50.
So I don't think so.
And who was that other amazing artist that
He
passed
was
away?
born in 1955 and he died in 2008.
Darwin Cook, right? Who's another great
Darwin
artist.
Cook died young. Yeah.
It's like these are guys that I wish they'd had long careers.
Fantasy weird. Take this out of the bag. Weird Fantasy number 8.
Oh wow, that's really good shape.
Yeah, it's my only sci-fi EC, believe it or not. I've got war and mystery and stuff, but it's my only sci-fi. And to keep in with the club of the Microbots, got Microbots, the one and only Microbot issue.
The Microbot.
Yeah, go to Microbots. Amazing Fantasy number 9, Terror of Tim Boomba. One of my favorite Marvel monsters.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Steve Ditko.
Yes. Nice.
Greatness. Now this, I'm gonna show this in reverse. And I got this issues from Beyond Beyond the Unknown number 13. This cover terrified me as a kid. I don't know if anyone can really see it, but the aliens look horrible.
Yeah.
And this is the original story, Strange Adventures 154. But they don't look near as bad. So it's the same story. Just Joe Kuber just drew them a little bit more terrifying. Strange Adventures 143. Nice space capsule with the proverbial alien floating in a cloud.
Gee whiz.
And My Greatest Adventure. This is got a funny cover to me. My Greatest Adventure number 24. We battled the space giant, and he doesn't look too menacing, but there he is in all of his glory.
Oh yeah, those were all great books. Great reading.
Oh, yeah.
Fun reads. You know.
Yeah, and as everyone knows, you can find these for a few bucks. You know, mid grade, a little bit lower. You're going to spend $4 or $5 on them, and it's just good stuff. This is number 47.
I'd rather spend $5 on one of those than $5 on a new book.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
When the Doom Patrol took over, that was as good as anything Marvel did. That was just one of the greatest comics of the 60s.
Well, the Doom Patrol came first, and then the X-Men came.
Right.
I just wanted to show this image real quick while Steve's showing his books. I am keeping an eye on Captain Strangelife to make sure no one sneaks up behind him. So,
Oh,
just
Are you?
oh yeah, you're okay so far.
I'm still cleaning up.
Where are you, Steve? Here you go.
So let's throw one again.
My Greatest Adventure 41, the cool ant on the cover.
Oh yeah.
And this is a pretty cool book. Early appearance of Martian Manhunter, House of Mystery 151 from Jesse. It was one of the AOKs to me. He sent this to me, which I'm very happy to have this in my collection. Love Martian Manhunter and the early appearances. He don't get no respect. I don't think he's not as respectable as he should get.
Who's that?
Martian Manhunter. Here's Time Warp number 2. I don't know if anyone's shown this one. So number 2 or not.
There were only a few issues of Time Warp, weren't there?
Yeah, there weren't that many. I don't know the number.
I think there were 5.
House of Mystery 114, which has got an awesome drive-in theme.
Wow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
How long did the dollar comics go on? Not about half a year?
No, they actually lasted longer than that. They had the Dollar Comics banner for about 8 or 9 months, and then they lowered the page count back from 80 to 68 and kept the price.
Eric, we can hear you fine, but it sounds like your microphone is going through a bass amp or something.
Oh, there we go. Another early Martian Manhunter appearance. Fighting a goofy pink alien. Well, that's all I got for right now. Someone else can go. I got more stuff, but let someone else go.
Does it sound better now?
It sure does. I didn't want you to be self-conscious about it.
I forgot when it stopped. I forgot to reset it. But speaking of, I've got a Criminal Cast stream at 11, so I'm gonna have to jump off of here and figure out how to work Discord because I forget between each time I use it. So, guys, it's been a blast. Bubs, nice meeting you. Incredible Planet Comics. And I will see you guys here next Wednesday.
All right.
Take care, Eric.
Take care,
everyone. Take care, buddy.
Take care, buddy.
It's the busiest man in showbiz.
Yes.
He's always somewhere.
Okay, he's like Orson Bean.
And Bub, have I seen you on Comic Book New York City, NYC?
Yeah, I've been on there.
That's probably I recognize your background. I recognize it. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you don't recognize him from the No Faces chat.
It's tough to do that.
He doesn't show on that?
No, nobody
we don't
shows
show our faces on it.
Oh.
It's the longest running gimmick show on YouTube.
Just talking about comic books. No faces involved.
Yeah.
Graphic Man, have you reached out to people like Metarog or Silverage Dave or Night Tiger to be on here?
I remember trying to communicate with Silverage Dave, but YouTube won't let you communicate directly like the good old days before Google bought it. And he doesn't reply to any little comment request I make. Night Tiger, I've tried. He wanted me on his show, and then that fell through, and then we've never been able to cross paths again. But
Well, he's half the time out. He's a trucker, and then sometimes he's out of the country, so he's busy. But
yeah, he told me he doesn't know his own schedule, so until the very last minute.
yeah.
Well, we're almost on the 3-hour mark. Probably pulling the plug soon, but does anybody have anything they need to plug real quick? What you're going to be doing soon, or important news we need to
kind of say for Jambo.
All right.
Jambo, did you get any IDW Star Trek books?
I have just a few, not too many.
I've got a page of artwork by Steve Conley from one of those issues. I will send it to you if you want to send me your mailing address somehow through Instagram or something, and I'll send you that artwork. It's original page from. It's got the Enterprise on it. It's got the whole crew on the bridge.
Oh, awesome!
So I'll send that artwork to you if you want to send me your information at some point, and I'll get that out to you.
That's awesome. I actually have a few pages from the DC Star Trek comic Wolf in the Fold.
Cool.
It was like a graphic novel, and I'll trade you one if you're into.
Oh no! It's my pleasure. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's from Steve Conley, who did the artwork on that stuff, and
Nice.
I was able to get some pages from him, and I will send you that page.
Wow!
So at
That's
some point,
awesome.
like I said, it's got the whole crew. They're on the bridge. It's got the Enterprise in space. So that will be out to you. Soon as you have your information, I'll send it out to you as quick as I can.
Yes, sir. Too late, lead paint. Sorry.
Yeah, missed that one.
I got an AOK from a good friend in the mail.
Oh, no one wants to see that. That's a bunch of junk.
Look at it.
That's awesome.
This is a G-rated show.
Gotta frame
Tuck
that.
it in the just so we get. This is an old brochure for a CJ2A Willie's Jeep I used to have, but yeah, those are great, man. Very awesome.
Yeah, Bub, this is the planet I was telling you about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
These are
Show
cool.
that
I've got to get frames.
Oh, the mole people.
Isn't that great?
I remember seeing that movie on TV as a kid. I loved that movie. Loved it.
And this one was kind of dear to my heart because
Yeah.
nice Schomburg there.
Not all of it.
And some Tony stuff. This was always one of my favorite sci-fi stories.
No, I didn't send him
Oh,
the
yeah.
book, so
War of the Worlds. Yeah.
Jambo, you're going to make them think I sent you all that. I just sent you the posters.
Sorry, man.
No problem. I just don't want to take credit for everything.
There's a nice sci-fi cover, Captain Midnight.
Definitely.
It is. That is a great looking cover.
It's a shame you don't have good friends that would get you a Captain Midnight, Jambo.
Yeah, Bub's AOK'd me a really nice one, man. I don't have it out tonight, but
That's perfect.
13. And I've showed these, I know, but
oh
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
appropriate to throw them up.
Sweet.
that's so wonderful.
Great stuff. And this one, show no 4 also.
That's
Another
one I'm
great-
after.
Another great book.
Yeah.
I like that one that you had better, Captain.
Oh, they're all great, man. I hear you, old Captain Video. Remember that episode from the Honeymooners?
I
They're
got the
sharing a
first
TV
Captain
and
Video.
He was all into Captain Video, wasn't he?
yeah,
The,
Norton was in the Captain Video, and he comes
They
down
were
with
on
his
the-
helmet on and scares the crap out of Ralph Cramden. I hear you, old Captain Video.
they were on the same network, I think. I forget what the name of that network was. It's not around anymore, but
DuPont, I think.
Dumont. I think you got it, sir. Yep. Wally Wood. It's not a sci-fi.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Gotta like that. The Power Girl
It's
there.
about 3/4 into his expansion on that character.
Yeah, being outer space theme, we could have pulled half of the Legion of Superheroes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nothing great. This westerns and jungle stuff. Has nothing to do with tonight. Yeah. All right. Sorry.
Oh,
Looking at the headlines here, it looks just like a cover from Beyond the Unknown or something. Look at this. The headlines just look like one of the covers we're looking at. Isn't it nice to live in the world of the future? Never mind.
Well, guys, anybody else need to plug anything?
No.
Speaking of plugs, we'll pull the plug.
Yeah.
Who else?
Right.
There's a shortage of this in our area, Topo Chico.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look
there
on the
was not
internet,
much-
there's a shortage all over the North America.
Yeah, actually, there wasn't much there at the supermarket when I was there last. You're
Yeah.
right.
My wife, she found these 16-ounce bottles at Costco, and they're the clear bottles. Supposedly, the green bottles are very difficult to get because there's a shortage of supplies and the demand is high. I don't know. Anyway,
Weird.
a great stream, and I want to thank Graphic Man for putting this on again.
Oh yeah.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you all for showing up. Y'all make
Look
me
for
look
me
good.
next on Captain Strangelife's channel, where I'll be showing
Yeah.
Yeah.
lots of
The after hours.
unshowable
Yeah.
art.
Yeah.
You gonna go pick up your book that was on the floor over there?
We got, I have to, it's got to be
Yeah, and
strictly
I have
adult,
some-
though. I'll
I
put
can't
it to
show 'em,
18 and
I guess.
over.
I can't show them, but I've got some of the Overseas Weekly original Sally Forth prints that they sent, to the GI. So,
Oh, yeah.
And you
we
got that
can't show
great
those
sketch
because
that
every
Wally
single
Wood-
panel is unshowable.
You
I
got the
don't
great
stuff.
sketch that Wally Wood did of the cat, also.
Yeah, I've got that, and I've actually got a signed print by Wally Wood too, that I also can't show.
Nice.
So, but they're in the collection. So,
Yeah, I got a huge collection of adult or mature, material. And I think if you put 18 or restricted to 18 years of age or older, I should be okay.
yeah,
Showing that stuff. I mean, it's art,
Yeah.
So it's not pornographic sexually. It's just, it's you might be seeing some, some nakedness. That's all.
there's probably only one that I have that I would probably, and it involves a lovely lady and an alien, so I can't show that. But
Yeah, I wouldn't show any pornographic stuff on my channel, but
no, I
Thank you,
wouldn't either.
Jackson. Well, on that, we'll pull a plug and maybe meet back here next Wednesday. I was thinking we had a recommendation in the chat last week about what is your least favorite cover or least favorite story.
I just showed mine.
I have an example of that. This would be my least favorite cover.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah, I'm afraid
Ah,
so.
You're joking.
Wow.
Based upon, the original to this is absolutely dynamite.
It's Steve Ditko, right?
Well, yeah, but this cover is Gil Kane.
Right,
But
right.
Think about the cover, the Angel and the
Okay.
Iron Man. It's a gorgeous cover, and then for the reprint they do this. So we'll think about that, but probably
Okay.
just bring everything you want to show.
Anything
like-
from the 90s, right?
Ah,
I
That's
work
cheating.
part time in a comic store. I have to look at 90s all the time. So
There's that
It's not
Captain
Rob
America
Light.
cover where he looks like Dolly Parton with his
yeah,
boots come out.
terrible.
Yeah, Liefeld,
Oh my god.
little Liefeld-esque.
Yeah, keep it before 1990, if you will. So.
Oh, okay.
We got to have some decency standards on this show. So
It's always going to be Tony Tallarico.
Well, that's
my
okay.
arch
I
nemesis.
don't own any of that anyway, so yeah.
Well, guys, great seeing y'all. For those of you that showed up late, if you missed the first minute, go back and watch the first minute. You'll get a kick out of it. You'll see what I mean. So until then, happy drawing, everybody, and we'll see you next time, Wednesday, 8 Eastern. Good night.
Good
night,
night.
guys.
Take care, everybody.
See you, everybody.